In April 2008, ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com, as we know it, was founded. The site had previously been up months earlier as a way to host the content of the now infamous figure Doug Walker. However, it wasn't until April 2008 that the site started to have bigger aspirations, setting up a talent call for possible new contributors. Many, hell, virtually all of these contributors continue on even now, albeit no longer working for the site for reasons we'll get to eventually. Hopefully never, but hey, we'll see where this goes. To celebrate the success of the site, it was decided to do so via special videos. But not just a thank you vlog or something of that sort. No. Like the Nostalgia Critic, it was decided to go one step beyond. So after the first anniversary, which was little more than a brawl between the site's personalities, they decided to make a straight-up movie for the second anniversary and beyond. And are they good? Welcome to the Puzzle Boys review of Kickassia. We open on Rob Walker trying desperately to convince us he's a good impressionist by doing one of John Hurt's.
There is a nation called Molossia,
with a stopped-up nose. And whatever style this movie's trying to go for is immediately ruined with this picture overlay. Doug Walker's name surrounded in fire. Feel like this is a metaphor for something. Based on a concept by Mike Michaud. Wait, even the psychotic CEO had more original ideas than Doug Walker? Wait, what? Oh, right, this has multiple parts to it because it was a 2010 online video. Part 1 is called The Withering Eye. Why is it called that? Hell if I know. Okay, why are you trying to make Tai Chi look threatening, Doug? It's Tai Chi! It's like trying to make, I don't know, balloons threatening! Oh, thank goodness. I thought that stock footage was going to kill me. Penny. So yeah, it's revealed to be Satan's gift to online content, the Nostalgia Critic, played by Satan's gift to online content creation, Doug Walker, knocking at the door.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic, online personality and all-around spectacular guy.
Also an ego massive enough to fill an entire plot hole, but that's not for another 2 movies.
I run a website that has all sorts of reviewers that come together and, well, review stuff. I don't like to brag, but we're pretty successful.
Oh really? I thought you all were as successful as I was back in 2010.
So, let's just cut to the chase here. I am going to invade you.
Gotta love, too, Kevin Baugh's face as he listens to the NC. He doesn't even try to look deadpan, he just looks like he's patiently waiting for the NC to get off his front lawn. Behold the master filmmaking genius that is Douglas Darian Walker!
So, I'll give you 10 minutes to pack things up and piss off. Deal? Why do they always want to do it the hard way?
Okay, this seems like a good opportunity to explain the humor of Kickassia, and hell, the humor of Doug Walker on the whole. It's usually a crap load of misses, with an occasional hit. Take, for example, this scene when the NC calls a bunch of his fellow contributors and simply says,
it's time.
Confused, everybody calls back, not properly understanding the meaning. Now, in theory, that can be a pretty funny deconstruction of the joke. But in the hands of somebody who doesn't know what he's doing, it's a bit of a mess.
Hello?
Yeah, what does it's time mean?
What?
I don't know, you just called me up and said it's time, like I'm supposed to know what that means.
Get on the wagon, Phaelus! It's the takeover of Molossia!
The takeover of what?
In this case, the entire scene drags on and on and on and on and on and on. Let me put it this way. Out of the entire 3-minute long scene that this joke is dragged out for, take a guess which punchline actually lands. If you guessed that chick with the goggles cameo, you'd be right.
Hello, that chick with the goggles.
Goggles? It's time.
It is?
Yes, we are taking over Molossia.
We're taking over Molossia.
I know, right? So get your stuff together and come down to...
By the way, this has been an answering machine the whole time. Leave your message after the beep.
Okay, look, I'm putting everybody on speakerphone. Look, we're taking over the land of Molossia. I'm flying you all out to Nevada so we can prepare for the invasion.
And where are we all gonna stay?
It's okay, I booked everybody a hotel room.
Well, gee, I didn't see that one coming.
Right? He said he booked y'all a hotel room. And he booked y'all a single hotel room! Oh, Doug Walker, your sense of humor shows absolutely no bounds. Really. So the various members of the sites play off of each other. And here's where we get to one of the bigger issues of this production, and hell, a good chunk of the other That Guy with the Glasses anniversary specials. See, instead of asking, hey guys, can you send me a video to yours to know what your personality's like? Doug thinks it's a much better idea to go, fuck it, I'll write it like it's me saying it. While in some cases that works, keep in mind this is a man who based his character on this character.
And I've never been so humiliated in all my life!
Hey, you look familiar. Aren't you that doctor guy?
What? No, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You're always trying to take over the world and stuff.
No, I mean, I swear I don't know.
No. You got the goggles and the...
No! I mean, okay, I was before, but that was the past.
Don't you just hate it when you suddenly go all edgelord on someone, then look to the sky completely randomly? Sorry. That's been happening to me a bit recently. Anyways, gotta love the fact that the 180-degree rule is constantly broken from the NC's angle. Heaven forbid we just move the camera in the direction of the actor. That'd be too much work.
What may start as just a small acre of land will blossom into something larger than any of us can possibly imagine.
Yeah, like 2 acres of land.
You know, there's another group of people that thought like you, Linkara, and they were called Nazis!
Oh Godwin, no.
They were close-minded, hate-filled people that just want everything their way. Are you a Nazi, Linkara?
No.
Are you a Nazi, Linkara?
No.
Because I don't want any Nazis around here!
No, I'm not a Nazi! I'm not a Nazi!
I'm a man! Something useful in these trying times.
Now let me tell you about a group of people that didn't give up. They were called Nazis. They had a crazy plan too. Everybody thought they were nuts. But you know what? They got pretty far, didn't they?
Until their leader shot themselves in the head. Or in your case, the foot. And yeah, Doug Walker comparing himself to literal Nazis. I feel like there's a metaphor here somewhere.
Think about it. First we take Molossia, and then the neighbors down the street. And then their neighbors, and then their neighbors, and then their neighbors. Till we build a military force so gigantic that nobody will be able to stop us. And then we go global. First we start with Texas, then Canada, then France, and then whatever other nation stands in our way. And then...
Pudding? Unlimited rice pudding, etc., etc.
So it's decided the best idea is for 20 people to rush their way towards the leader of the micronation. I'm sure spectacular hijinks will indeed follow. Okay, to be fair, that was actually a pretty funny scene.
Didn't you have any other strategy outside of going, ah?
Well, I didn't think that far ahead.
No, you just thought up to where everyone was in charge and you were ruling the fucking world.
Yes.
That pretty much summarizes Doug Walker's creative process right there, doesn't it? Step 1, establish goals. Step 2, find a way to reach those goals. Step 4, profits! So they try to formulate something resembling an actual plan. They decide on the insane idea of using weapons, naturally through an unfunny joke.
But what if we just used weapons?
Nah, it's a terrible idea.
Wait! I have an idea!
Gee, does it involve using weapons?
It involves using weapons!
Please don't tell me this is a running gag. Oh, joy. As we enter part 2, Triumph and Treacle, neither of which Doug Walker deserves nowadays, he tries to use his incredible writing skills to convince us how Dr. Insano is apparently the Fleetway Supersonic of the Awesomeverse. You know, despite contradicting every other appearance he's in, including Doug Walker's later works.
It would just be this once, Spoonie. Just this once and you can go back to normal. Normal? There's no normal. I don't even know what normal is anymore.
Good question. Has Spoonie ever been funny? Not trying to be a dick or anything, it's just I've never seen any of his videos outside of actual crossovers. No, seriously, I'm being serious. Has he actually been funny? Please let me know. Anyway, cut to the next day where the proper invasion begins, and to... oh boy. The NC dressed as M. Bison from Street Fighter the movie. Why is he dressed that way? Because the Kool-Aid Man is red. I don't know.
Lord Cat, make ready the new salute for our nation!
Really? Should have been more like...
And the honor of a new nation will be born! A nation which I will declare Kickassia!
Onward to Kickassia! Kickassia the free way! And thus begins the official invasion, but not without casualties.
Let's go!
Okay, I refuse to believe Doug did that bit. Because it's actually funny. But soon, they make their way to one of their biggest obstacles yet. A fence! That can't have been in the script.
Fence!
You know, guys, this isn't an RPG. You could just climb over it. Sadly, that doesn't actually happen, though admit it, you still thought it was funnier than the actual scene itself. But still, through utter luck, and Lee from Still Gaming turning 3D, they take over Molossia.
Don't make us review you.
Part 3, Inglorious Glory, starts off with a completely random homage, I know, they're so rare for this film, to early mid-20th century newsreels. There's really nothing of note until this point with the CS. No, not that CS.
For a nation like Kickassia, I figured that we really needed a real kick-ass flag. That's why I came up with a muscle-bound ice cream cone carrying machine guns and shooting laser beams out his eyes. Because when people look at that, all they can say is, kick ass.
Really? Because when I think of Kick-Ass, I think of Mark Miller. Have I mentioned I'm fucked in the head lately? Anyway, Lee from Still Gaming is still getting used to being 3D.
I'm sorry, I'm just still getting over the fact I'm three-dimensional. I mean, I can move with fluid motion. I can touch. I can feel. Is this what I've been missing all this time?
I'd make a Sonic joke, but I have these weird things called standards and integrity. I know, weird concepts, am I right? After a scene with Paw that makes The Dark Knight Strikes Again look like, well, The Dark Knight Returns, a scene with Spoonie that just serves to let you know Insano exists, we get one of the better jokes featuring, again, Linkara.
Do you really think stealth and surprise are going to be enough to keep your enemies on their toes?
Oh yes, it's all about illusion. For example, I'm not even in front of you.
Oh, very good.
Louis Lovehog is a treasure and I will defend him till the day I die. Anyway, Phalus. He gets abused a lot. I feel like I could stretch that into a metaphor for something. And then... this.
Well, he is a maverick to say the least, but no matter what his decision might be and whatever we disagree on, I still stand right by him.
This is Doug Walker's Marvel.
On what issues do you disagree with?
Well, like
let's just...
And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, an interview with the man himself, the man who made Kickassia possible, President Nostalgia Critic. Mr. Critic, would you say your diabolical plan is to take over the world?
Of course!
Thank you.
Yeah, you're damn fucking right I cut that down. I'd much rather sit through that than go through an unfunny joke that just drags on and on and on and on and on and on and on! Okay. I think I'm good. So after all that, we end the newsreel and then see the president sitting on his ass watching TV. Feel like there are some parallels I could draw here. Fritz von Baugh, barely any relation to Kevin Baugh, we swear, tries to sway the various reviewers into betraying the NC, leading us into part 4, the beginning of the end of the beginning. I'm starting to think Doug Walker stopped caring about titling his parts. Interpret that as you will. After a pointless scene where the nostalgia chick tries to poison the NC, we head back to the hotel room where Lee is having an existential crisis, bit early for that, and Lord Cat explains to the CS about the NC having bought 20 tons of dynamite. Keep in mind, the CS tracks the finances to Kickassia.
Look, the nostalgia critic may be a little nutty, but he's not nuts.
Feel like there are some parallels I could draw here.
You look me in the eye and tell me he's not stupid enough to do something that crazy.
Feel like parallels draw here.
Look, I'll have a talk with the critic to see if any of this is true.
What if he suspects us going behind his back?
He won't suspect us, I'll put it very delicately. Everybody thinks you're nuts.
Clearly Doug wanted to do one of those bits, like, you ever watch F-Troop and Acorn's like, there's no way I'm wearing that dress, and Forrest Tucker's like, yeah, you're wearing that dress, and Acorn's like, no way, no how, there's no way I'm wearing that dress, and then they're like, blah, 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 and Acorn's wearing the dress. What, you thought I was going to transition to that? Who do you think I am, Doug Walker? Anyway, they try to formulate a plan. Cinema Snob attempts to, well, take responsibility, but is overheard by Film Brain. It's decided to do a trial on the CS, and he's found guilty and is banished.
May your honor be stricken forever. May your name always be associated with douchebaggery.
Hey look, it's what everyone said after that Double Toasted interview Brad Jones did. That night, the NC heads to his room to find it's been transformed into his old reviewing space. And by who, you're obviously not asking? Mati from Captain Planet. It's like Aaron Seltzer and Jason Friedberg had even less budgets. Mati tries to convince the NC to prevent Change the Channel, the Rebel Invasion, from happening. Sadly, though, it falls on mute ears.
You're a fool, critic. A damn fool! You can't change your destiny. You can only choose to read it. And you will fail.
Back at the hotel room, everyone tries to convince Spoonie to transform into Dr. Insano.
Sometimes the best way to deal with a madman is to send in another madman.
That's a stupid plan!
Exactly! A stupid plan for a stupid man.
Are you high?
Spoonie decides, fuck it, why not, and transforms into the mad scientist. We enter part 5, The Fall of the Risen, with the actual fight. Very little happens during. That's actually funny. Santa Claus shows up and gets shot. Very little happens after. That's actually funny. He's thrown in a dumpster. Again, not funny, but a little bit suspicious. So it's decided Linkara does the planning of the next plan. Robots. Robots, 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 robots. Robots? Robots. Robots. He uses a risk board to plan the whole thing out, but everybody gets confused because that's not how you play Risk. Cue needless, obligatory James Rolfe character cameo.
No, guys? Glad you asked.
Hey, that's good to know. Thanks, Board James.
Well, thank you for the, obligatory cameo.
And thank you for the... So finally, they formulate a plan. Finally! Which leads us into part 6. Jesus Christ, homestretch. Titled, All the Really Bad Shit Happens. You mean... everything that's happened so far hasn't been really bad shit. I think that's probably the funniest thing so far. We open with the final battle. Oh, but not before some of Doug Walker's classic humor.
Pretty little maids from school are we, filled as a schoolgirl as can be, filled to the brim with girlish glee.
Douglas Darian Walker. I hope you were in just as much pain as everyone else during production. After stuff happens, they finally beat the critic and depose him. So with that, it's decided who should be the new president. The answer is... nobody can decide. Then Santa Claus shows up. Why? To mug for the camera, and to suggest Bob return to being president, but mostly to mug. But the NC returns with an ace up his sleeve. Or does he?
For the honor and all of Kickassia!
He doesn't.
Kaboom!
And with that, the NC gives Bob back his presidency. And nothing else happens of note. Outside of the NC shooting the narrator. That's it. That's all that happens. Seriously. Bye-bye. Mwah. Peace out. Kickassia is so bad in my opinion, I was basically a quarter of the way through the film before coming to conclusions. The writing is awful, the jokes are largely forced, there's a bunch of references that add very little, the characters are either wooden, hammy, annoying, or largely act the same as each other, and it's a total mess production-wise on top of practically predicting Channel Awesome's eventual fate. I think the worst part is how poorly Molossia was handled. Like, seriously, it's an actually interesting, real-life place. It's got a website and everything. Check it out. They even detail the events of this movie in their own nation's history, and the way it's written makes it sound a hell of a lot more interesting than the way this movie presents itself. But yeah, sorry if this review didn't turn out as good as it probably should have been, or as funny as it probably should have been. It's like Doug Walker just has this tendency to take out, any sort of fun or humor in something and just replace it with pure, unbridled hate, like a Dalek.
Do I have to start paying you so I can cut your wages?
Oh god, this film predicted the future.